Hello and welcome to episode 55 of our Timberborn Update 6 Waterbeavers playthrough, cycle 62, day 15. Less than 2 days until a bad tide comes in, but everything's automated for that, so we don't need to worry about it. Instead, we can focus on improving things we started last episode, like our gigargantuan storage pile for sawdust. It's going to need some stuff on top of that to store other items, and we also need to do some pathing improvements and other things as well. Like I said, many times, this is a very, very difficult mod. It's absolutely kicking my butt, but you know how it goes. I want to put in, as the next thing we build, one of the gigargantuan warehouses for a food source. And I'm thinking, and you guys seem to agree, rice balls would be the smartest thing for us to do. Because we have a lot of rice. We don't have a lot of salt, but if we had a big enough storage to just continuously overproduce these until, you know, it's impossible to make any more, then that would virtually guarantee that even if I do something incredibly stupid, which has happened before, nothing bad will happen to the beavers in terms of not having food. So, let's get this unlocked. Build this right on top. I believe it probably doesn't matter which way this ladder is rotated, but I just like everything to match, so this is going to be set to obtain rice balls, which are right here. They'll keep building that, and then everything will be A-okay. We have storage for pumpkin chips, and we have storage for berries down here. Not that we have a ton of either of those things, but I just needed something to stick underneath there. We also probably should really straighten a lot of these paths here, as you guys have said. So I'm going to just take out these right here in a straight line. Whenever they get rid of those, we'll just make this go completely straight. That's going to increase access to our storage over here. Make things just a whole lot better. And I also, last time, finished this Clockwork Hydroponic Sunflower Farm before I had them build additional pillars, which was a very bad choice. It's unfortunate. But we also have the ability now to come in here before this is built, which I will, since it can't be started yet, I'm just going to get rid of it so we don't have a temptation to do anything completely insane. We're going to get these guys to come up here with, if I can even click in the right spot, good job. Get this up to the correct place. And of course, that's going to have, I believe, set up like that. That should be about right. But anyway, I got to get these guys to build this mega platform once this is unpaused. We were quite short on metal blocks for a very long time, and that is one of those things that we are desperately trying to improve. Very slowly. I've got factories here, collapse that bit, that are supposed to be making this stuff. They just can't get the scrap metal fast enough. So, you know, you guys always have helpful suggestions. Sometimes I do get a little frustrated because I don't have the ability to really effectively communicate a lot of this stuff, and it makes me sad because I feel like I can't really let you guys know exactly what I'm thinking and why I'm doing what I'm doing, and people just don't seem to understand, but that's okay. I'm going to put in additional piles on top of here for scrap metal, so that all of the extra stuff we have over here, because we do have quite a lot of scrap metal, can much more easily be just stuck in some industrial piles here, and then repath to go the other district, instead of trying to shove it through the district crossings, which is a Herculean Sisyphean task of misery. So, that's fine. We'll just let them do this. They have all sorts of stuff they've got to do, and you already know I don't even have to say it. But I'm very excited to see them actually be able to make and store appropriate quantities of food. Let's get this in triple speed. And then, like I said, come back and do the rest of this stuff when we do have time. So when we are making more metal blocks than we currently are, I will unpause this. They'll get that taken care of, and then we can move on with our lives. And there's also a whole bunch of stuff with the elevator to the abyss that, yes, I have not done. And I know there's a giant storage here. It's 500,000 resources you can store in here. So it may be to our advantage to build 1 or 2 or 10 of those and not worry about the giant gargantuan storage pile tower or whatever. But you know how this goes. 500,000 at a pile, 100,000. No, that's 1 million. Oh wow, yeah, that's a lot of zeros. 1 million normal items that would go in a warehouse, and then we do have this thing that is supposed to be making stuff, but I had it paused because we were consuming too many human relics. And right now we just can't supply cereal bars. What are we missing? Sunflower seeds. What have I been trying to get and make? Sunflower seeds. Yes, it has been a very, very, very long process. And then I somehow misclicked on this mess, and we've had a time. We have had a time, folks. So exotic seeds are supposed to be coming in so we can have another, what do you call it, tree nursery. But you were correct in saying that I mistakenly set this one to exotic seeds as well. So this one is going to be set back to sunflower seeds. Even though it's not really a very fast or efficient trading method, it's still going to help us out for the time being. It's 50 lotus flower tea over 2.5 days gets us only 40 seeds. That's really not that much. We get much more by using these hydroponic farms. But you know how it goes. We also, over here, have built a harvester's office. But I was reminded... That's not a harvester's office. I don't know who said that. Never mind then. But I'm keeping that in. Harvester's office here. Harvester's office here. Yes, now we have too many. I misclicked there. But at this point, I don't really care. Because we still somehow are running out of all of these things. Especially grapes. And, well, I've got 97 grapes, but they're going through those things like gangbusters. We need more blueberries. I don't have anywhere else to plant blueberries, which is why I'm trying to build a second tree nursery. And that's ultimately what I was planning on putting in this corner once all of this storage was removed. So what we have here is rice balls and rice balls. I know I said that I have this all taken care of, but I just fundamentally distrust everything with this game. Oh, and now these guys are all going to get poisoned. Okay. Alright. Well, you want to play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes. I also had people ask me why I'm not using levees here alternating. The main purpose of this is to get rid of dirt. So, I'm fine using this just completely as dirt. And then we can do levees later if we ever want to farm anything on the backside here. That's not the problem. But we also, as was pointed out, could extend our land here with the help of dirt, if we can ever manage to get some across here. Because we need to be planting additional stuff, like grapes and berries. But we haven't had room to do that. So I think what might also make sense is to just put in some terrain blocks over here, set to very low priority, but they can eventually build these. And then we can plant some more grapes. Maybe close this off at some point. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what happens. There's just a lot going on. Okay, this is done. So that means our large warehouse storage for rice balls can be emptied. I think that's the only 2 of those over here. If we check our storage capacity, 11,296. That means I've got a lot more of these things somewhere else. Okay. Well, these are going to go away anyhow, so that can be gone. That can be gone. Now what does this say? This says 10,216. Where's all that rice ball storage? Did I already have one of these? I was like 99% sure I hadn't done that yet. I don't see that. It's impossible to know. Let's just click over here. Alright, so we're looking for... Now I have Hank Hill in my brain telling me he's looking for a tap and die and some WD-40. Completely irrelevant. I don't know where I have rice ball storage. I just... Oh, wait, that's 10,000? I thought it was 5. Oh, wow. Okay, well that, you know what? That solves that problem. I did not think the warehouse was 10. Although that would make sense given what we looked at over here. Oh boy, that's exciting. So, this is for sawdust. That means this gets emptied. And this gets emptied. And I don't think any of the rest of these are for sawdust. But those will get removed. The dirt that's already empty is empty. Wow. Yeah, I did not think this was going to be a thing. That's fine. Because you know we absolutely need to get this space back. Alright, we've also got saltpeter. We've got just a whole bunch of stuff we're not even filling up. It'll be gone in due time. And yes, giant buried tank on top of the giant pillars is something we could possibly try. I'm not going to use, what, 9 of those on a meme yet, because I only have 15. I'm going to need those for other things, but yes, I do see you asking for that. We will have to see what happens. Yes, see, metal is still... Jeez. Alright, well, we do have scrap metal here, which means that now this is set to that. I guess they're going to bring this dirt in here. Check and see when this gets up to 180. Swap this stuff over. Or not, because it's the middle of the night. That's fine. We'll just get that set up here. We can just let those guys do what they are going to do. Regarding hauling efficiency, I know this is a continual topic of debate. Any way to do it is incorrect, apparently. But I've been told that it is a very bad idea to prioritize storage for haulers. And I don't know that I'm ever going to agree with everybody on this. It just feels wrong not to when you have a building that has a single worker who is already incapable of doing his job, just incredibly slowly. It just feels like you have to have some sort of sense of urgency applied to get anything accomplished. I don't know. I could be wrong. I frequently am. But if it will help us to deprioritize all of our storage, except for the most essential things, then I guess I should probably try it. Like, we have all these, like, little tiny warehouses that have prioritized storages. I need to make sure that these aren't near, oh, see, like this one right here probably does not need to be. Pencil set storage. This is near a district crossing, so that's probably fine. Rice right here probably doesn't need to be prioritized. Chestnuts right here probably doesn't need to be prioritized. Berries right here probably doesn't need to be prioritized. Sunflower seeds, same kind of deal. Pine resin here, same kind of deal. Medium warehouse of mushrooms. Why do I have a medium warehouse of... Oh, that's for these guys. Okay, that doesn't need to be prioritized. Chestnuts, same kind of deal. Yep, same thing there. Small water tanks. These, okay, these were this still doesn't have anything in it. These were prioritized because these miserable beavers working in the oh, now, okay, they heard me talking trash. The beavers working in these irrigation things just cannot do anything to save their lives. That's why that was prioritized. But if I deprioritize it, I guess we'll see what happens, won't we? Same kind of deal. Same kind of deal. Just eternal problems. Yeah, so I will just throw you guys a bone here. Deprioritize these. And we'll see what happens. Yep, that probably definitely doesn't need to be. That also doesn't need to be. Bad water storage doesn't need to be. Okay, this also does not need to be prioritized. They'll just fill it up. Glass panes. That was prioritized because I was annoyed. And that also seemed kind of do. We just have these tiny storages everywhere we probably don't need. But at the same time, we desperately need. And that doesn't need to be prioritized. That's... Okay, this is the last one except for the gas tank, which also does not need to... Okay, so now, no storages are prioritized. We're going to try it. Feel free to observe what happens as a result of that. It is okay if I am proven wrong. That is not something that's going to make me angry. But we just we have to do something. We got to get more haulers. Well, what we really need to do is get these hauling bots. But as you know, it takes time. And that's what we are supposed to be working on here at the ENS. We're accumulating supplies to get a PhD in robotics working, which requires robot parts and ruins exploration, which requires cereal bars, which requires sunflower seeds. You see how this all ties together? Everything always ties together. Okay, it's taken me so long to get this done that we have got an interloper here. In fact, I guess this is fine like this. It doesn't really matter, because the farmers don't use the paths anyway. Alright, so now we have a much more direct connection here, all the way to the center of the district, well, mostly straight. So that should be a pretty decent improvement. And we now no longer need these stairs here, but before I get rid of them, I need to make sure Harvester's Cottage here, yeah, that doesn't have any reason to come down this way. It did when there were berries here, but that's not the case anymore. That's an irrigation lodge. I see beavers using this staircase, though. So I'm not sure exactly what's happening. We could plant some more sunflowers here. We could get a whole 5 additional sunflower plants. But I want to know why they're walking up and down these stairs. So the next time we see a beaver do this, I'm going to click on him and see what he's up to. Of course, now that I've said that, they're probably not going to do that for the next... okay. You are a farmer. You work at this farmhouse. Why are you as a farmer going up here? Because there's nothing you can harvest over here. You can't pick stuff off the trees. But yet you took the stairs. Okay, no, I gotta click on you again and see what else you're doing. Okay, because you're getting the sunflowers there. That's good. You should be doing that. You should always be doing that. When you go in here, are you going to go back up the stairs? No, now you're going to... No, okay, so what was the deal with this? I genuinely have no idea why they would be doing this. Maybe that's just he was going to get a snack or something from over here. I don't know. Now I'm really, really curious. I need you to do this again so I can see exactly where you're going. Now he's not going to do it. Okay, well. It's the only beaver I've seen go up and down the stairs, so I can safely assume at this point it is not vital that this be here. So what I will do, because once again we are desperate for sunflowers, I'll plant those 5 there. That should, you know, take a few things off our plate eventually. And then let's see, what else have we got? 35 vacancies. We've already talked about this. We just have a lot of incapacitated beavers. Got mild disease. How is mild disease cured? Let me click on this thing, please. The medical bed with bramble flowers in it. And I've got 13 beavers with mild disease. Okay. How many? I only have 6 beds for mild disease. Alright, well, since we're already here, why don't I just make a quad stack beds for mild disease and then get these guys to go up. And how did I have that on that side? Yeah, okay. Well, you know what's really convenient here is this actually gains us access to some additional trees. Not that we, you know, ever needed that. But that should help us out. Get all the way up here. Eventually, when they build all this... I know, now we have 12 and I've just built another 6. Severe disease. See, that's something that can be treated at the... I'm in the wrong spot again. Treated at the clinic. Where in the world did I put that thing? Yeah, surgery kits, brain-stimulating mushrooms. Somehow we're out of those. Antibiotics. Let me actually check this before I get myself in trouble. Looks like Gatorade. Yep, strong alcohol, mushroom juice, bramble flowers, and pine resin. So out of all that, what are we missing? We've got all of it. So I guess we could and probably should build a second clinic. And that was something somebody left a comment on, saying that I should have the library. If we're not going to get science from it, try to do a nursing license. So I think I can justify doing this. Just have them accrue things, get more nursing licenses, and then build additional clinics. Because they got stuff to do. And I can't make surgery kits right now anyway, so I am going to have them start making antibiotics, but we do need to have more than one. Okay, so this is dried out. Yep, we already knew that was going to be a thing. Berries are hanging in there. They're doing all right. We're apparently not able to make any more logs here because we don't have anywhere to put the sawdust, despite having 5,000 storage for it over here. Okay, rice balls are looking okay. I need to get the rest of this stuff out of here. But I don't want to build the gigantuan storages for absolutely everything. I don't think we need to have iron ore over here or in this district at all, honestly, unless there's a recipe that requires it. Let's actually check. Consumption. Iron ore. Where is... Oh, come on. Did I just go right past it? There are 40... Well, never mind. There's one. Okay. I was about to say, that's logs. So, like, how in the world are there 46 buildings that need iron ore? Primitive smelter. Where in the world do I have a primitive smelter over here? Okay, this does not need to be in this district. This is just causing problems. So, there you go. Nothing needs iron ore in this district ever. So, that is also empty. It can go away. Plank storage does not need to be over here. That can go away. That's empty of mountain salt. Can go away. Metal blocks. I know I need metal blocks, but I don't need that storage to be right here. Saltpeter does not have a good place to go. This is the only saltpeter storage in the entire map. Okay. Good job, me. What is using saltpeter? Come on. Click. Thank you. It is only nitroglycerin, which is right here at this alchemist. Yeah, remember a long time ago when I said I was going to have all this stuff really nicely organized, and then I didn't do it? This is also no longer going to be polluted, because all of our bad water goes out here. So what's stored here? We've got brain-boosting salts and pine resin. Nothing underneath. Okay, brain-boosting salts and pine resin. You got to promise to help me remember this. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to build a stack of storage here. So, now I have to have, depending on how I'm going to have this laid out, 3, 3... Yeah, I probably need to... Let's say right here in the middle. That seems most convenient. Put in a stack of ladders, which will go here. That will allow me, once we get to that point, to access all this other stuff. Large industrial pile. Here, and here, and here, and here is going to allow me to then, on top, put large warehouses. Here and here. And then what did I say? I was going to have brain-boosting salts. And is that what this is? Yeah, brain-boosting salts, which don't really have anywhere to go. And pine resin. Then underneath, I can put other stuff that these guys need. Like, well, okay, sawdust maybe might not make a whole lot of sense. But actually, logs and sawdust. That also needs logs. Logs, sawdust, saltpeter. Yeah, okay. Logs. We'll just do 2 logs on the bottom. And then I can have 1 thing of saltpeter as a treat. Where am I going to... There we go. And... Oh, I already forgot what the other one was. There we go. Okay, that should help. That should help us out a whole lot. I know there's an empty space here. I'm going to keep that for a path at some point. And once those ladders in place, they can come grab all the stuff off the ground. That's going to help out. That's empty. That's empty. Saltpeter is... I'm going to set that to empty instead of having them pick it up off the ground, because you know that's never, ever, ever going to happen. Dirt storage we do not need over here. And then the rest of this stuff is... See, we're not going to need that. We're not going to need the scrap metal over here. Everything else can go away. the exception of gears and these things. Which, where's my... I only have 288 storage for metal fasteners. And 216 of it's over here. Oh boy. Okay, see, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're fixing these things. Alright, I need to fix these floodgates. Okay, that needs to go down. That needs to go down. I got a lot of dirt. I need these guys to get back to work. Well, working with. Okay, that's working there. These guys are going to take care of that at some point eventually. Yeah, the metal block situation still has not improved. This is empty, as is... Okay, well, these aren't empty. I don't remember where I have dirt storage. Did I put one over here? I have no idea. Well, I know it certainly isn't going over there, so... for now, I'm just going to have this pop back in here. We can get all this scrap metal out of here. Ah, this does not have iron ore. Why is this not making iron ore? Why is this not clicking? There we go. Okay. Oh, it's because it's the dirt. It's the dirt. Most of the problems will get solved when the dirt problem gets solved. Okay. Alright, we got no connection here. Why? You know what? I deserve everything that has ever happened to me. Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, boy. Alright, yeah, I got nothing. I have to take out here, here, and here of a tall platform. That goes away. That goes away. Then we just have to rebuild it piece by piece. Put that in. And then put that in. Alright, well. I don't know why the metal can't keep up. Oh, I have this on peel back mode. Okay. It's just the scrap metal is such a slow process. Okay, minor injuries disappeared, but major injuries... No, never mind. They didn't disappear. Why did it shuffle further down? Oh, make that make sense. Oh, and here we go. The haulers prioritizing bramble flowers for those first 6. They don't have any here. I'm going to resist the urge to prioritize all of these. I know. I know. That's empty. That was always empty. Now, everything else that I remove is going to require that this giant buried tank also be removed. I'm afraid to do this because, you know, water storage is a big problem. But also, if you don't take risks, you're never going to get rewards. Metal block storage, 2 of those here, that goes away. Log storage goes away. Scrap metal storage should never have been here in the first place. I'm just going to make sure these are all set to empty. Pollution resistance factor is going to need somewhere to go. Planks. Gears. Dirt again. Green peas. Go somewhere else. Metal fasteners. So that should be all of the storages set to empty out. And then once that's done, we can we start flattening this out a little bit. And maybe at some point... Not right now because we don't have enough exotic seeds, but at some point soon, put in another tree nursery with some irrigation. But it all has to be the same level for that to work. Of course, we have our abyss right here that will need space all the way around the outside. That would be a very good option for us to have a second one over here. Not entirely sure how we're going to do that, though. I got to get metal block production up. Now, is that something I can do... Factory operating team, that is a no. Is there another one that's going to let me do that? No. I feel like I already went over this and we decided that it wasn't going to work. Okay. So, cooking tent here for the cereal bars. Once again, does not have sunflower seeds. Are these even working? That's rice. Okay, that one is. I think I just need more. I just need more of them. Yeah, they're both going. Did this ever get finished? No, it did not. Okay, now why did the balloon disappear? Why did the balloon disappear? Because I know for a fact, because there's one of these, when something is deleted after it's been built, you keep 75% of the resources, and anything that is one, you always get back. Where is the balloon? Where is the balloon? There's the balloon. Oh, they can't. All right. Oh, this mechanic makes me so irritated. This is in the wrong district. Okay. What am I supposed to do about this? I need this to get into this other area. Is that a glorious storage for a balloon? No. Why did I... No. Is it a pile or is it a warehouse? I feel like it was something that made me think it didn't make any sense, and that makes me just completely abandon all logical thought. Alright, third time's a charm. There's the balloons. Alright, well that answers that question. Scrap metal going in here. Yeah, I still only have 23. They cannot get it across fast enough. No matter what. Where's the district crossing? Here? Yeah. And they've got scrap metal in here, and I've got 10 beavers on this side, I've got 10 beavers on this side. I have no idea what else I could possibly do. Okay, this is a lie. This is a lie. There is storage space for this. I just built it. It's right here. I don't know what you want me to, I don't know what you want me to do. Just come get the balloon, and we're gonna be fine. Alright, so this is empty. 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 Not empty. Not empty. Empty. And empty. Alright, so that's a big step. That's a big step. I need the gear storage to go somewhere else. I do not have another large gear storage anywhere over here. What is consuming gears? It's probably going to be the assembly line on some of these other things. That's not the assembly line. That is. Yeah, robot parts, they're going to need some gears. Where can I put gear storage? Kind of an unenviable task here, huh? I don't really have anywhere else I could reasonably put much of anything, to be perfectly honest with you. I probably should have more assembly lines. I know people keep saying that, but where am I gonna put them? I mean, right here wouldn't be a horrible place to put more storages. I think, you know what, I'm gonna put 2 more large warehouses up here. Because we do need to have pollution resistance factor over there, and I'll just put the gears there. Not the most exciting option, but it is an option that will be closer, not completely dumb. Okay, so the ladder was there. Yeah, let's just do that. Put in tall platform. There, there, there. These are already set to remove everything, so that's going to be a process. They don't need to get up on top of anything anymore, so those can all go away. And then this will fit in the entire other thing, this will fit in the entire other thing, and the green pea storage is... Okay, I need to make another green pea storage. So what uses green peas? Probably... Yeah, the mechanized kitchen house over here. Where am I going to put a storage for that many green peas? Where does the spiral staircase go? I don't think we need this. I do not think we need this. I'm going to take care of that. And what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm going to remove this. And then I'm going to put a storage for green peas right here. How am I going to accomplish that, you say? You'll never guess. I'll give you a hint. It's ladders. But wait a minute. I forgot. We have the ability to use these glorious things. Oh, but that takes metal. I don't have the metal to really do this. But how many? That's 12. How many would it cost me to do? It would only cost me 8 to put 2 ladders in here. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do. It's going to be the easiest way to do it. Oh, that's why there was a... there was something, and that's, of course, blocked off. Well, this has been paused for, 800,000 years, so guess what? Now that's gone. This is always going to be clean water. This can just be replaced with a regular staircase. There we go. So that should help satisfy our you can't use a building as a dam and not have it be functional thing. There we go. Just... This is what happens when you build up a playthrough over 55 episodes. And you don't remember what you've done. Okay. That's gone. Like I said, green peas are going to go elsewhere. And then, if I take this down 2 levels, it will be at the same height as these blueberries, which we could either expand or we could just turn this entire area as much as we can into normal farming. For giant sequoias and grapes and stuff. Or berries, because, the thing does do berries. I just have to... Oh, look at that. They actually go up the middle of the... Okay. Getting distracted. B for boom. B for boom. Can't do this one yet because they have to be able to get to this. And they haven't finished that because they don't have enough metal blocks. Got to get the metal block situation sorted. Okay, so now this is doing its thing, getting us sunflower seeds at the speed of smell. Going to get that set up there, and then the scrap metal can hopefully get brought in over here for these guys to, do their thing. How much progress have we made on this? Probably none because I haven't been making... Okay, yeah, robot parts. It's these ruins explorations, man. Oh boy. Cereal bars, cereal bars, cereal bars. Sunflower seeds. The whole 9 yards. Yeah, 40 metal blocks for the mega platform. I just need more sunflowers, man. I gotta have it. I have to. I absolutely have to be able to. Yeah, and I'm thinking, honestly... It may be cheaper, materials-wise. I know that it's not going to make sense unless you think about it. It may be cheaper materials-wise for me to just demolish this clockwork hydroponic sunflower farm and disrupt the supply chain. Just so they can get in here, rather than trying to build an entire stack of ladders all the way up there. Because remember, these are 4 metal blocks each. And I got to get it up 9 of those. That's a lot. It's like 36 metal blocks. To build one of these costs... Oh, this one doesn't take any metal at all. Okay, okay. Yeah, I was worried about that, but I think we're going to be just fine. Might have to wait a little bit to make some more robot parts. But yeah, this has gone on way too long. Alright. Now I just need them to prioritize the giant pillars, put those things in there so we can move on with our lives, and I can build another thing on top of here. It shouldn't take them that long to build this. And I really need them to so I can grab all the rest of these things. I need to make absolutely certain these spare things do not go down to the ground here. So, what I will need to do is once these are constructed... Actually, I can just... come on. I can just do this and hit pause, so they can't actually build anything here. I cannot have this go here. And I also cannot have it go in the back. of this. So that's going to be another set of stuff there. Just little placeholders. I really thought that was going to go quicker, though. How are we doing over here? Did we... We did. All right, beep boom. Oh, I probably should have done that one, too, while we're at it. Just because I can. And I want that gone anyway. Even if there's going to be something next to it. It might not always be something next to it. What I can do here... See, that's a sawmill we probably don't need on the very bottom layer. I could probably just take this whole stack out, but I don't want to get rid of this in the event that I do end up needing it later. So that's just going to have to stay how it is. This storage for scaffolding doesn't need to be here, though. And the clinic could also be possibly moved, just so I could have access between these two. But that is taken care of. That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. And now here, I'll be able to have a large warehouse. You know what? Actually, it doesn't need to be a large warehouse. I can just have a bunch of stacks of the medium ones, but... You know what? No, I'm just gonna do it with the large one. That goes there. I know we already have a storage for green peas here that could be maybe changed to something else that uses this area. Chestnuts, lotus flowers, mushrooms. And... Well, they're not having any problem getting the rest of that stuff in. Okay, well that's going to be fine. It's fine for right now, at least. I need them to get this out of here. And then we can start the process of clearing all of these things out. So, trees can go away. Those 3 remaining trees. Then we can start the process of blasting. Get this whole thing completely done. We'll also be able to connect with this storage here should we need it. Okay, and water is still got a little bit to go. That's fine. I do need to build another one of those giant buried tanks. I just have to figure out where. And yeah, I don't have a great spot for it. This is probably okay just to leave by itself. Okay, this has been built. That's fine. Now I've got to put in sunflower farm. And where did all those extra pieces go? They went here where I kind of still can't get at them. Oh no, I totally can. Okay. Oh god, they also went here. Well, they can still for the time being grab this stuff. What I'm gonna do, I know. Just put that there. Where did I put the other stuff? Is it here now? Looks like it, yeah. There or there. Okay, that works. I'll just clean this up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and what is paused? The rice farm. Yeah, because I don't need that. Okay, well now that these aren't stacked on top of each other nearly as much as the older version, I could probably put another sunflower farm in here, because I think I'm only going to need one rice farm, obviously, because I have almost 1,000. And we just keep making more of this. Yeah, I'm going to, you know what? I played myself. That's exactly what I did. I played myself. Because I forgot that I was going to be deleting something else. I gotta have these in here or else everything's gonna get lost. Alright, but yeah, this is gonna get replaced with another sunflower farm. And that's facing the right way. There. Now they can build multiple of these. Which I really hope they have clockwork robotic controllers somewhere. Well, I should get those back when I demolish all this. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll let the smart beavers figure it out. I do think now I can have this go back to robot parts. I can check on this guy again. Ah, okay. Boy, they put the robot parts in the ENS that I got from demolishing these. All right. See how it is. Okay, this is empty. Good. Now we can finally, let me click on this. Come on. We can start getting rid of everything. I know the metal fasteners are going to, you know, be a pain in the butt. Okay, so double dynamite is going to get this down to this level. That would keep it at the same level as the existing berries here. I think that's going to be our best bet. So, they can get through this side. They don't need to get up here for any other reason. They can come in from that side where the dynamite is in the first place. Yeah, I'm going to just... got 122 of those. I can do this. Just do all of this at once. And then I can do this at the same time, just to get this entire outer thing started. This staircase does not need to be here, nor does this ladder. Nor does, there we go, this ladder. That goes out. They, oh, it says they can reach this. I didn't think they'd be able to. Oh, they can get on top of, okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. I do need to build more water storage. And, see, I've got 9 of these. I don't have any more storage. I know that's been a topic of discussion. What happened to my clockwork robotic controllers, though? That's what I want to know. Well, they're still waiting. Still waiting on sunflower seeds. Yep, never gets any better. How's scrap metal here? This is connected to this district. Why? Why are they not getting this? Why are they not... So I got 8 beavers working here. They still can't supply all this. Okay. Why do I only have 6? Okay, no. That's got to have 8. That's making drill bits. I've got plenty of drill bits. Okay, this is where I'm going to prioritize these 2 buildings. I know we just had a discussion about stop prioritizing stuff, but I have to have the materials here. I absolutely have to. It's nothing's going to get done. Okay, that's going to take a billion years. Of course, robot parts take metal. I'm going to pause this just for a moment in an effort to try and construct this. Why does it not have the clockwork robotic controllers? Don't tell me that those all disappeared. 'Cause I'm gonna... I don't know. I'm gonna be mad. They're not supposed to. Okay, there's one there and there's one there. Alright, we're good. They just have to go pick it up. Is there a storage for clockwork robotic controllers in this district? There is. Okay. It is on the very far opposite side of the map. Oh, this is like the second time we've done this, too. Where I paused this and they've started taking the stuff out. Okay, drought in 3 days. I'm not going to have time to build another tank, so I hope this is enough. It should be, hopefully. I just need them to get these clockwork robotic controllers and the robot parts in. Okay, just pick up the stuff, make it happen. We can all move on with our lives. It's going to be fine. Honestly, you know, we probably don't need this rice one either. Because I have all this rice we're not harvesting every single scrap of. Alright. Robot parts are in. Robot parts are in. That's fine. I'm going to turn this back on because now I have created yet another problem for our eventual PhD in robotics having to pause this. But they'll get the robot parts back. There's not that many of them just kind of laying around. Runs exploration is what it is. Again, if I say it again, people are going to hunt me for sport. You know what I'm saying. Hopefully, we can get this, blasted out of here. Metal fasteners, I need to... Yeah, that's the only storage. Okay. I'm going to have to just put it... This is such a weird shaped building. I'm going to have to just put some storage over here. And we'll really have anywhere else to do it. This is connected to this district. Yes, that's not going to work. That's connected to this district, though, which I did this because I thought I was putting a nuclear power plant here. Okay, so let's do some tomfoolery here. Let's do some stupidity. I'm going to take this path off. I'm going to put in... I don't know what's going to go in here yet, but I'm going to put that in there. This is where I'm going to put metal fasteners. In this district. This is the only real option I can think of. And then I can also, maybe, put some other storage over here, but they're just going to have to do it. Get this out of here. I do still have explosives. I did not think I would. How are we looking here? Do we have... Okay, so now we actually have scrap metal because, you know, the haulers are having to do their job here. Still 2 hours to make one of these. I probably need to have more factories, to be perfectly honest with you. Yes, I know we could put another high-temperature foundry over here. We do technically have the space if we blasted this out. They still have not built this because they're waiting on metal blocks. Boy. So, seeing this, maybe I don't want to build this here anymore. They haven't had a problem getting methane. Yeah, you know, I'm going to kill that. They can just take all that stuff back. I guess long-term goal would be to put a second high-temperature foundry here so that we can make other stuff. But we do need to make more glass panes. That we can definitely do. Full storage of scrap metal anyway. Okay, we made any progress on this. It's just waiting on the Clockwork Robotic Controller, which it does have, is down here. And it is accessible. I don't know why they are saying they don't have it. Alright, come and get it. It's literally on the ground. It's right there. Both of you are waiting on the same... Come on. You got to get it figured out, man. You got to get it figured out. Okay, well, very good news is that this is back to where it was. Sunflower seeds, again, are proving to be a big problem. I'm going to have to staff this. Like, I know cooking tank can operate, but it's not operating. So now I'm going to staff it so we have more of a chance of getting some of this stuff in. That actually may be the best possible justification for prioritized storages that I could think of. But I won't turn that back on. This needs to have a storage or it's going to be flashing and that's going to be annoying. What would even go in this? You know what? No, that's what that's going to have to be is metal fasteners. Okay. Easiest thing to do, just put in one of those. It's fine. It's in a separate district. It'll be okay. I know you have those. Pick them up off the ground. It's right here. It is right there. Okay, well, this can be B for boom. As can this. As can this. And now we have made some very nice progress here. I know there's still a ton more, but we're only making so much explosives at once. But we're getting there. Oh, this is going to bother me until the end of time. That's going to be irritating. I wish I could do tunnels, but this is update 6. So, this feels like the best place to end this episode that I can think of today. I don't know why they haven't gotten this completed. Can't get materials. Okay, whatever. Well, this one's about to be finished at the very, very least. And it does have the thing connected. There we go. That will be prioritized. That's already prioritized. This is just waiting on the other Clockwork Robotic Controller. At some point, we're going to have to be making enough sunflower seeds. But yes, I appreciate you watching these. I know this series has been frustrating. Thank you for sticking with it. Again, it's very hard. Please try for yourself and see just how hard it is. But I can't do this without the support of the Beard Boosters subsidizing the channel, making it possible to just have fun playing the games, not do sponsors, and not be beholden to the algorithm by saying, all right, we got to dump this after 3 or 4 episodes because nobody cares. Instead, we can just do what we want to do, and I'm always going to be thankful for that. But it is time for me to go on and do some other things today, and I hope whatever you're doing with your own time, you have a fun time and you stay safe, and hope to see you again soon for more beer fun. Take care, friends. Bye-bye.